This is Talk Cricket Live. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, and like and comment below. Here's your failed medium-fast right-armed bowler, Mark Keane.
And hello and welcome to Talk Cricket Live. Yes, your thrice weekly daily dose of cricket news and nonsense. However, during the test match, we are experimenting with some live shows. And that's why we call it Talk Cricket Live. This has always been the idea, really, of Talk Cricket Live. The fact that we want to create something which I don't believe is existing in the UK or anywhere in the world that I can think of, although I'm sure there might be something like this in Australia, and that is a cricket phone-in show. Now, we get the celebrities, the former cricketers, the BBC people, the Sky people, and we get their opinions a lot. And listen, I have the greatest respect for pretty much, almost down to the last individual with those commentators. I think they're intelligent people. And it was great. I mean, do you know, Michael Vaughan, he's like my brother these days. Nearly everything he says I agree with, although there's something today I don't necessarily agree with what he was talking about to do with Ollie Robinson. However, you know, I just think, my God, he talks sense. And I tell you what, the grand old age of whatever age I've reached about a month ago, not many people talk sense as far as I'm concerned. But despite all those wonderful commentators and pundits and all the rest of it, I do think there should be some sort of outlet for people to have a debate about cricket, because people love cricket. I know people are passionate about football, but it's a bit kind of primeval, isn't it, in some ways? I think I may be putting cricket right up there, but it's a bit more of an intellectual kind of discussion, isn't it? Because I was thinking about this today, and the parameters of cricket are so complex, really, compared to football. Yeah, of course, football has its complexities, but the parameters of cricket are so complex. And I just love debate about cricket. I love hearing people talk about cricket. So I would love to hear what you have to say. Now, because it's a phone-in, I've created a phone number for you and a Skype name. Well, I created the Skype name a long time ago. My Skype account has been called Pan on Fire for as long as I can remember. The only thing is, I don't remember why it's called Pan on Fire. Maybe I set a pan on fire or something 25 years ago. I don't know. But if you want to contact me, it may sound a little bit strange what we're doing here, because a lot of the live streams on YouTube are somebody talking like me, and then people writing stuff in the chat. Now, I've got the chat there, but it doesn't seem to be doing much, the chat. Not really sure why, but there you go. It doesn't really matter too much about that, because the whole idea is I'd like you to call me on the number. It's a UK number, 0161 818 2009. 0161 818 2009. That will get through to me, and you'll be on the air, not in video, just audio. So it's like a radio phone-in, and that is my background. I was a radio phone-in presenter for 30 years. Well, I did a few music shows, and I once did a gardening phone-in program, and I don't know anything about gardening. The whole show was about variegated periwinkles, and to this day, I have no idea what those are. So I would love you to give me a call. If it's just to say, hello, yeah, we're watching the channel, and here are some ideas for it, all that kind of thing. Got no problem with that. But obviously, there are some subjects in cricket today which are very current and very important. One of these concerns Ollie Robinson. And the question I guess is, and this is where I differ with Michael Vaughan really, the question I guess is, should he be allowed to play cricket, international cricket? And Vaughan was saying, and I respect his view, he was saying, look, you know, this should be about what he was doing on the cricket pitch. And today, you know, he ended up with 4 wickets, which is pretty good. And not about this Twitter thing that he did, what was it, 8 or 9 years ago when he was at the age of 18. I think that is the first thing I want to deal with. The fact is, this Twitter, I've looked at it, and it's not great. Well, the sort of things he was doing weren't great. But he was an 18-year-old. And I don't know about you, but you're barely an adult when you're 18. And you do stuff which people might think is cool, you might think is cool. And then, you grow older and you change your mind. Now, quite recently, I said something about Oprah Winfrey. And someone accused me of being sexist and racist. I was being neither sexist nor racist. I was being Oprah Winfreyist. So I can see why these things happen, but there's no doubt, looking at the Twitter post that he put up. But there was one, I think it was the N word, and I would never even dream of saying that on YouTube. So he was 18. So he was barely an adult, but he was still an adult. So he did this when he was an adult. He wasn't, legally a child at the time. It was in a game when all the team got together and wore t-shirts against discrimination and against all kinds of discrimination. So I think it was bad timing. I do think a lot of this is about bad timing and the fact that obviously someone waited to this kind of defining moment when he had his England debut, as Jeremy Coney calls it, to do this. And I can see why they might have done that as maybe as a revenge thing, or I don't really know. Maybe just because it was powerful to do it then. But this is a time when discrimination is something. When footballers have been taking the knee for the last 12 months. It's just gone, 12 months since the death of George Floyd. So this is an extremely hot topic at the moment and will remain to be so for coming months. And you might think, well, okay, he was just a young lad and at the time, and he did actually read out an apology statement. Yeah, he did. I saw that. I saw that video. I was thinking of playing it to you. But listen, he may have written that statement himself. He may have been completely serious about everything he said in it. But to me, it didn't sound very convincing. To me, it sounded like it was written by a professional writer. Now, a lot of legal statements are. But it just didn't, he stumbled over quite a few of the words. Yeah, of course, he's a cricketer. He's not a professional broadcaster. But he stumbled over a lot of the words, and I couldn't help thinking that, it just didn't come across as very convincing for me. So then there's the point about the ECB. Didn't they do due diligence? Did they check up on him? I mean, I'm not sure how they would check. I mean, I presume this Twitter had disappeared at some point. Over the last sort of 8 years, and somebody's just brought it up now. So how would the ECB be able to find out about that? I don't know. I mean, what you do, get private detectives on people. So I don't think that is a particularly useful point. You can't really, I don't think, blame the ECB for not knowing about that. But for me, I think that what we need to do about Ollie Robinson is I don't think necessarily he needs to be punished. It was a while ago, and he has issued a statement, an apology, but I don't think there's a punishment in the specifically. But what I think really should happen is that England should be looking at him now and thinking, is this really the kind of message? And it's bad luck for him maybe at this time, but is this really the kind of message we should be putting out as far as racist and sexist tweets are concerned? And I think that they should say to Ollie Robinson, look, enjoy this test. At the end of the test, enjoy it. Look, you've got to the peak, and but we're not going to be selecting you again, because sport has to issue a message. And if you're looking at, for example, everyone knows I'm a Warwickshire fan, I'm a Chris Woakes fan, but if you're looking at Chris Woakes and Ollie Robinson, who is the better cricketer? Don't know. Chris Woakes, I can't understand why he's not playing this game, but Chris Woakes has got a great record, and he's a brilliant bowler, but he's also known around the dressing room and cricket circles as to be the nicest man in cricket. And he's still good. He's got it all going for him. We Brummies were like that, So if you're looking at what Ollie Robinson has done, and sure, he may well have moved on, but you look at his image and what's attached to him and what's attached to Chris Wokes, who would you rather have as an ambassador for the game of cricket? Because I know who I would rather have. So I think to let Ollie Robinson play for England again would actually send the wrong message. He may be completely, in a sense, rehabilitated in terms of his views and his tweet activities. And he may have been completely sincere in his statement, but in a way it kind of doesn't really matter because that is there now. And I think both he and the England setup and everyone else needs to move on and forget about that, because it's just highlighting the whole thing. So what else is there to talk about? If you want to talk about that, by the way, I'd love to hear your views on that. All you have to do is phone me 0161 818 2009. What I've been saying for these live broadcasts is that we'll keep going for 15 minutes. If we get some calls, great. If we don't, then we'll end after 15 minutes. But I do realise it's a kind of new thing, the idea of someone talking on the YouTube and then ringing them up and suddenly your voice is on the YouTube as well. But that's how it will work. And all you have to do is call that number 0161 818 2009, or you can Skype me on Panon Fire. It's as simple as that. Other things you might want to talk about are England's great performance today, particularly Mark Wood and Ollie Robinson came away with four wickets and very creditable. Got no problem with that. But Mark Wood, he was a whirlwind today and showed what a great character he is to have on the England team. And again, here's something else, which I think I mentioned yesterday on the live broadcast, which was echoed by Michael Vaughan. I mean, he put something on Twitter, how come they kept Devon Conway a secret or something like that? And that's, how did they? Because this guy is going to prove a problem to England. Okay? I think that Root and Burns did a great job, a really, really good job. But look at England's batting lineup. We've got Dan Lawrence in next. And after that, it's not looking that strong. Okay, we've got Ollie Pope. We've got James Bracey. Let's hope he does the business because he is really a top order batsman. So that's part of the reason he's in there, I guess. But it doesn't look as strong as it usually does. We've not got the all-rounders. So, Devon Conway. How did we not know about Devon Conway? I don't understand that at all, really. How did we not know about Devon Conway? So, any thoughts about Devon Conway? Give us a call, 0161 818 2009. So, there are at least three subjects for you to think about, or three or four. First, Ollie Robinson. What I'm saying is, let's not go over the top. We've done it all, we've had the story now. But what I would say is after this game, I don't think he should be playing for England. I think that is sending the wrong message. I think it's just about acceptable to let him continue this game because A, it was a long time ago, and B, he has immediately read a statement, whoever wrote it, apologising and saying he's going to try and educate himself, that kind of thing. So let that test go on, and then I would quietly, brush that under the table. But so we can talk about that, or we can talk about Mark Wood being a whirlwind. We can talk about the fact that we haven't really got any all-rounders, and the nearest thing we've got to an all-rounder at the moment is Joe Root. And, he's showed himself, he didn't get any wickets, did he? But he showed himself to be a pretty good containment bowler. And in the end, I think England had the best of that day because I think it was about 132 runs that New Zealand made. And for 7 wickets, so 132 for 7. But how are we going to get Devon Conway out? Have you got any ideas about that? If you have, give me a call. How are we going to get Devon Conway out? Because at the moment, I have no idea. And how are we going to get him out 4 times? Okay, we got him out by a whisker, by a micron, by 1 frame on the camera. He was run out. Right at the end anyway, it didn't really make that much difference, to be fair. Although Wagner could have carried on hitting a few sixes, I reckon. But how are we going to get him out another 3 times using cricket skill? I'm not really sure. Obviously, that pitch suited him absolutely brilliantly. But that's so those really are the three subjects that I've been thinking about. Mark Wood, well, four really. Mark Wood, the idea of all rounders, Devon Conway, how we're going to get him out, and should Ollie Robinson be allowed to play for England again. So I'm just going to keep the live broadcast going on for another couple of minutes. It'll be absolutely brilliant if you could give me a call, if not only for any other reason than to test out the technicals, because we haven't tested them out properly yet. I've tried a few times with members of the team here, doing it on a recording, but actually doing it live, we haven't done that, and we wouldn't like to patronise you by setting up calls or anything like that. Mind you, maybe I should tomorrow. I don't know. So there we go. Last chance to give me a shout. I don't know why the chat isn't working. I'm not really sure about that. Pop out chat. I don't really know. It was working fine yesterday, so I have no idea. Okay, I'm going to leave it there because as I'm fully aware, this is quite a new concept. The idea of somebody presenting a live stream and you calling into it, brand new concept. You may not be comfortable with it yet, but we are going to keep going with this every night at 9 o'clock, British summer time. But just before we do go, and one last chance for you to give us a call, one thing we do every Friday on the channel, and I would love you to subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do. Please subscribe. But one thing we do on a Friday, we have VR Friday. So I found a VR program which I can use on my Oculus Quest. I have to put a cable into my computer. It's a bit fiddly, but I can do it. And I've been putting up my innings. I've been recording the innings and doing a little commentary as well. And I've been playing them every Friday. So here's just a little preview of what you can hear on tomorrow's video. But it's much better if you subscribe to the channel. Here's a little preview of what's going to happen on tomorrow's video. My big target is 50. I think I've got about 27 so far, but here's a little bit of tomorrow's innings. I'm going to try and compile a really good innings by not doing anything risky at all. Full toss that was. You don't get many full tosses in this game. I think it will possibly go all the way to the boundary, yeah. Wow. And found the gap there for a single as well. Yeah, you get very, very few full tosses. I tell you what though, this guy's old moustache man is bowling pretty quick. Quicker than usual. Bit of a lucky edge there. Not sure how far it's going to go. Just for two. Just for two. Okay, so I'm up to 8. Should get a single. Yeah. Here he comes. Moustache man and another single hopefully. Yeah. There you go. So that is just part of my innings for tomorrow. I think the whole video is about 9 minutes. So you can probably work out from that how good I was. Okay, so we're going to do another broadcast this time tomorrow. If you're thinking about phoning up tonight, maybe tomorrow is the time to do it. I don't know. In the meantime, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I will see you very soon indeed. And look out for that VR video tomorrow.